Disclaimer: this review was originally not going to happen. I didn't think I was going to get and read this comic and also make a comic book review of it in Christmas 2017. This and my other comic book review went on New Year's. These are the most recent reviews I made, the second Fantastic Four comic review before this one. Also, I am doing this and the New Year's comic review basically back to back. Anyway, on to the review. Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, A Real Super Sam. Today is another comic book review, and I hope you enjoy. Merry Christmas. This is my favorite holiday. We actually got snow where I live for the holidays, which is unheard of here. Anyway, instead of reviewing just one comic Christmas event, how about two? And this is a comic I've wanted to read for a very long time. I just found this comic interesting. Because of it being number 369, the single digits just go up by 3. That's a cool comic number, I think. Second, it was a Superman comic in my opinion. Superman is the greatest hero ever. Third, he is facing, if you didn't know, my favorite Superman villain, Parasite. And finally, it is all Christmas. It has everything I wanted from a Superman comic, probably my favorite concept for Superman comic book ever. So let's check it out. It all starts out with something I did not expect at all. Superman saving a house that is falling into a sinkhole. This was already a great comic. I personally have never seen a superhero save someone like this, and Superman is saving the lives of others. It's classic Superman in the very first pages of the book. Then, Superman delivers the Christmas tree and trims it. He delivers presents. He's just a bundle of Christmas spirit in this guy. Except he leaves fast afterwards and doesn't light the tree. We still haven't seen the Parasite in this comic yet, but Christmas was enough for me reading this right now. It is revealed Superman didn't stay for the Christmas ceremony and stuff like that because he doesn't enjoy Christmas anymore because of the chaos and how much he has to do around Metropolis at this time of year. Yeah, I don't like that reason also, kind of showing that Superman is lazy and that he actually retreats to the Fortress of Solitude and rests there for a while. Luckily, Superman not enjoying Christmas isn't because he's lazy, but because at this point in Superman comics, both of his parents are dead, and Christmas is a time to be with family. Since Superman has none of his own, not both his Earth and space parents are dead, he doesn't want to remember the joys of Christmas past because he can never experience them again. Just then, out of nowhere, Parasite shows up and jumps at Superman. The Raymond Maxwell Jensen Parasite, the very first one ever. How did he get into the Fortress of Solitude? How does he know where it is? How did he get in there without being noticed? Unfortunately, none of these questions are answered, but the fighting begins. The greatest hero versus one of my favorite supervillains in all of comics. Of course, like every time Parasite fights Superman, he drains Superman's powers so he can get him for himself. But Superman escapes his grip and it does not go well for him. He gets thrown into an iceberg and stores his power and conserves it until Christmas. Parasite, by draining Superman's powers, finds out Superman is depressed this time of year, and it will now be easier to defeat him. This time Parasite might win. This time could be the last Christmas for the Man of Steel. That was overall what happened. Obviously, Superman wins. They fight each other 3 times in the comic, and when I was reading this comic, it felt a little long for a while. So what did I think about Superman and Parasite in this comic? I mean, Lana Lane is in it, but she does nothing definitive, nothing important to the comic, also. There's also a side plot worth noting. One of Clark Kent's old family friends goes after him because he was told by his boss that Clark Kent had betrayed his country. When I was reading this, I didn't know if this started some big storyline or if it was just a continuing one. It is a one-shot thing. Parasite actually staged as the guy's boss to send him after Clark Kent when Clark Kent being under investigation, Superman having to deal with Parasite, and Superman feeling blue around this time of year. Parasite now has Superman right where he wants him, distracted, stressed, and unaware of the looming threat. Beginning this review, I was really excited to read it. The Superman vs. Parasite fights were disappointing in my opinion. During them, I was on the edge of my seat and anything that was going to happen was going to go down in history. The final battle wasn't really a battle at all. It's revealed that after Parasite attacked the first time, Superman injected himself with kryptonite and Parasite actually absorbed it out of Superman during their second fight. It was silly, and the first fight when Superman sent him rocketing out of his fortress was great. I thought it was a little bit funny. I would think that I'd be mad because of it and hate this comic for just throwing the guy out and not having a real epic fight. But reading it actually gave me a few laughs, which is something that hasn't happened in a comic for me for a very long time. Actually enjoying it like a little kid again. In fact, when Parasite got the jump on Superman, he wanted it to happen. So why was he changing from Clark Kent to Superman in a broom closet before? It's titled Superman's Last Christmas. The title shows up sometimes in the comic and it puts more energy in the comic, I think. It hasn't seemed like anything could happen. Heck, in DC Comics, anything could happen. The multiverse could be in danger, Superman could have died, and a Superman from another Earth could have come in, or revealed to be Superman's actual Last Christmas, and had it be an Elseworld story. This is another reason DC kills Marvel in the comics. Literally anything could happen in DC Comics. It was a good read, and for a long time since I had fun reading this comic, like I laughed and smiled out loud while reading this. With that said, I have to say the fights were disappointing. Mostly for me, probably. The side story had a good payoff at the end, but I don't think it was worth building up to. And I have a little problem with what I should give this out of 10 actually. Ultimately, I had to rank it a 5 out of 10. It would have been a 7 out of 10, but I was thinking about an overall rating for it. I think it was a good comic, great, and special. Everyone should try to pick out a comic if they want to, if it's a 5 or above, I think, on my scale. Personally, I would have given it a 7 out of 10 because of the Christmas theme and the little storyline that went with it, and Superman, and it's explored Superman as a character after both his parents are dead and it's holiday time, and it fits in a bit with Parasite's trap for Superman, him feeling blue and sort of hating Christmas, to enjoying Christmas, and with stopping Parasite, having everything to go back to normal in the first issue, or in the next issue. That is all. Please, I guess it kind of reflects Parasite taking the happiness away from Superman. You could have kind of seen it like that and why he fought Parasite this time of year. But anyway, that's all. Please remember to like and subscribe for more. And I would love to read down in the comments what you think of this comic also. I think I sometimes will say more in the description, so check that out as well. Thank you all for watching. Merry Christmas and have a good day. Have a Merry Christmas.